The reason that I want to talk about Brazil tonight is that they had a massive election today, the first of 2 rounds of voting to elect, among other things, a new president. And while results are coming in as we speak, it is worth talking about it. Brazil is home to 200 million people. It's the 5th largest country on Earth. And they could be on the brink of massive change because Brazilians are pissed off right now. One recent survey found that 95% of them say their country is headed in the wrong direction. As you will see tonight, there is a very real chance that they're about to elect a dangerous ideologue, and that brings us to the man currently leading in the polls, Jair Bolsonaro. And the nicest thing that you can say for him is he has not been implicated in a corruption investigation yet. Unfortunately, that's literally the only nice thing that I can possibly find to say about him, because he is a terrible human being. For a start, he's a big fan of doing finger guns. Seriously, he does this all the fucking time. There is even video of him teaching a little girl how to do them for some reason. And look, liking finger guns, as far as I'm concerned, is an immediate character flaw. It puts him in the august company of Michael Scott, children pretending to be cowboys, and that co-worker who says things like working hard or hardly working that everybody hates. And unfortunately, it only gets worse from there.
A member of the Brazilian Congress since 1991 and known for his sometimes racist, misogynistic, homophobic and even undemocratic views, Bolsonaro has cast himself as a political outsider. Offensive for most, it is his outspoken nature that has many saying he's Brazil's version of Donald Trump.
It's true. He's become known there as the Brazilian Trump, which is both politically worrisome and also the grossest style to order at a pubic hair salon. Unfortunately, Bolsonaro has fired up many young people in Brazil, particularly from the middle and upper classes. There are some incredible videos online of him turning up to airports only to be mobbed by a crowd, lifting him onto their shoulders and chanting for him. It is some intense support, and it's worrying that young people are so excited by him because he is an extreme hard-right conservative. He wants to withdraw Brazil from the Paris Agreement on climate change and weaken environmental regulations. He's called refugees arriving in Brazil the scum of the world. And as for crime, he wants to make it easier for Brazilians to buy guns, presumably so they can fight it themselves. But he also favours some psychotically strong law enforcement, saying a policeman who doesn't kill isn't a policeman, which incredibly still isn't even in the top 10 most alarming statements that he's made. And some worry that he could actually go much further. Bolsonaro has said in the past, I am in favour of a dictatorship, which is particularly worrying as he's a former military captain in a country that until 1985 was ruled by a brutal military dictatorship. And while that regime engaged in torture and extrajudicial killings, Bolsonaro has said that their mistake was that they simply didn't go far enough.
I'm in favor of torture. You know that. And the people are too. Through the vote, you won't change anything in this country. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's only going to change, unfortunately, when we get to a civil war, doing the job that the military regime didn't do, killing 30,000.
Wow. It is pretty jarring to hear someone claim that a military dictatorship didn't kill enough people. Bolsonaro's famous homophobia and misogyny, it really has to be seen to be believed. First, take a look at how he once spoke to a female member of Congress.
I would never rape you, because you're not worth it.
I hope not, because I'd slap you in the face.
Do it, I'll slap you back. Do it, I'll slap you back. Do it, I'll slap you back.
What's this? Are you pushing me?
Do it, I'll slap you back.
Holy shit! He starts there with, I'd never rape you because you're not worth it, and then somehow manages to top that terrible statement. Bolsonaro's homophobia, if anything, is actually even worse, because in interview after interview, he has said some horrifying things.
They want to reach our children in order to turn the children into gay adults, to satisfy their sexuality in the future. If your child starts to become like that, a little gay, you take a whip and you change their behavior. People say it's discrimination, but you, who's watching from home, would you hire a gay driver to take your children to school? Of course not.
That's just appalling, and it's frankly taking all the restraint that I have right now not to release a charmingly illustrated children's book called Marlon Brando Punches That Guy Right Square in the Face. And if that's not bad enough, which it already very comfortably is, watch what happened when Ellen Page went to challenge Bolsonaro on some of his views.
I'm gay, so do you think that I should have been beaten as a child to not be gay now?
I'm not going to look at you and say, I think you're gay. That doesn't matter to me. You're very nice. If I were a cadet in the military academy and saw you on the street, I would whistle at you. All right? You're very pretty.
What are you doing? He just told her, I wouldn't beat you, I would catcall you, and seemed to genuinely think that was a compliment. And look how confused that made Ellen Page. Do you know how hard it is to confuse Ellen Page? She was in Inception. That should be simply impossible. And look, as if Bolsonaro's campaign was not already dramatic enough, you may have heard he was actually stabbed a few weeks ago during a campaign rally, which is absolutely horrific. Although he says that he is making a full recovery, and you can tell that he is feeling better, because when he was in hospital, he pulled out, what else? The fucking finger guns! Now, Bolsonaro's support has actually increased since that attack. Even Geraldo Wolverine endorsed him in this bizarre video.
Ha! 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 Ha!
Ah! I hate what he's doing. I love the way he's doing it. Now, look, why is Wolverine endorsing Bolsonaro? I don't know. Why does he seem to be driving a Ford Focus? There's a lot of questions that video raises, and I just don't have the answers to any of them. But look, there may be some small reason for hope here. A huge movement has emerged in the last couple of weeks called Ele Não, or Not Him. There have been massive marches against Bolsonaro all over Brazil. And as you have seen tonight, voting for Not Him is a truly excellent idea. It isn't too late. That's the thing. And Brazil, please, look, I realise that you are disgusted with your politics at the moment, and you're not inspired by any of the alternatives, but anything is better than Bolsonaro. Diet Lula is better. Spider-Man is better. Point is, Bolsonaro does not reflect the best of who you are, Brazil. And with any luck, you still have a chance to vote Ele Não and not let this man finger bang your democracy.